Baby, listen. Okay, this is a new show. New show alert. Bad Boys, Los Angeles. Child. Come on in the room. Let's go. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Bad Boys Los Angeles. This is season 1, episode 1. Listen, I'm new to the whole Bad Folks franchise, okay? So just bear with me here. Because I was trying to figure out right away, why are we here? Why are we here? What is the reason for this show? Are we creating something? Are we collaborating on something? Are we promoting something? Why are we here other than watching y'all carry on? And I never actually watched Bad Girls Club, so I don't really know other than cutting up what it is that they do. Let's just start off right from the door. Natalie Nunn, she was one of the bad girls. Now, from what I see, it looks like Natalie has pretty much matured. And now she's on the opposite side of things. And she's producing. And she's rolling with the show. Good idea. Come on, Natalie, get the coin. She looks good. She looks good. Oh, Miss Natalie had an old nasty piece of sandal. I said, look at that sandal, Miss Natalie. I said, come on. But that's basically what I got. That's all I have for you right now as far as why. The why for the show is let's just put some folks in here and let's just watch them act up. So, okay, it is what it is. Let me go through this cast of folks here as best as I can. First, we got Carry On Franklin. He is Kirk Franklin's son. Now, this is the thing. Right away, I saw we got some gay folks and we got some straight folks and we got some question marks. Okay? Period. Carry On is a question mark. Okay? He's a question mark. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But he is Kirk Franklin's son. I just kind of looked at him and I was like, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how I feel about Carry On as we go forth. I really didn't think anything right out the gate. Anthony Uncensored. Anthony Uncensored is from Dallas, Texas, and is a party promoter. Um, Not too much to say about Anthony right now. So I had to kind of fill Anthony out. But I got some more talk about Anthony as we go forward. Because just when they did the first little piece of him, I just was like, yeah, okay. All right. Party promoter. You fit the bill, I guess. It's cool. He looks like somebody that girls would like to hang out with. That's it. He's gay, and he looks like one of the gays that the girls would like to hang out with. So that makes for a good party promoter. That's cool. Next, we got Curtis Golden. He is a New York rapper. Straight. Straight. Um, Nothing really to say about Curtis. He's just there for now. He's just there. Then we move on. We got Dylan. Dylan is a Tennessee party promoter. And then I got a little confused because Dylan was pushing in his little piece, his personal piece, that he's like this ladies' man. And I'm like, okay, okay. And all right, I'm just going to go, I'm going to move on. And he's white boy. He's Caucasian. So yeah. Okay, Dylan. Moving on. We'll get back to Dylan. I got a lot to say about Dylan. Moving on. Then we got Milan Christopher. Chicago by way of Atlanta, Georgia. Um, Realities. He's a reality television star already. Uh, Milan is Milan is Milan. Okay, so I know a lot about Milan. Milan has a lot going on. Milan is a triple threat. He can dance. He can rap. He can produce. He has sex toy lines. He has um, Milan is Milan. He's been on Love and Hip Hop. He has really made his mark in pop culture. Milan Christopher is Milan Christopher. He's a beautiful creature who he knows this gig. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. Milan knows this gig. So we're going to talk more about Milan definitely as we go on. Pay attention to Milan and y'all will make it through this. He knows what he's doing, okay? He knows what he's doing. The one thing that came out in his little trailer, ready to fight. Now that part I'm like, why? Why? You're so established. Why are you? But then I said, I guess that's the brand. That's the brand. Bad boys. So you're like ready to fight. This is going to be interesting. Um, Never got that Milan wouldn't fight, but I never got that he want to fight. I told you he's a beautiful creature. So he ain't really wanting you to be scarring, scratching, and scraping him up. Okay, he make a lot of his money off of that look. So I don't know, but okay, that's the brand, I guess. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Moving on. Moolah Mo is he got a whole lot going on. He said he owns his own radio station. He owns a clothing line. He's a rap artist. He has a car dealership. Um, he has been to jail. He did a 5-year bid on a gun charge. Okay, so all that came out in his little trailer, and I just kind of looked at him and I was like, okay, all right. He looks small to me. Like he looks like a smaller guy, and I just kind of looked at him and I was like, okay, I'll just keep my eye out for you. Straight, straight. Okay. So moving on. Relly B. Now this was one that threw me off. Relly B is where the money resides. Where the money resides. That's Darrell, better known as Relly B. He from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Now listen, you know child, me and these old NOLA type kids in Baton Rouge and Louisiana. Relly's cute. I didn't ever really pay him a lot of attention when the whole where the money resides thing came out. Just kind of looked and was like, oh, okay. But when you actually got to see him like he was being showcased and they did close up, Relly's cute. Relly is a cute little fella. He really is. He's cute. And I said, okay, so let's see what it is you do other than where the money resides and you went viral. Like what else? What else is there about Relly? So I was like, all right, so it's kind of like a familiar face from social media. Moving on. William DeBaddis. Okay, he's from LA. He is a gay rapper and he is Caucasian. He's a white boy, so he's Caucasian. And I don't know the music and stuff, but I'm like, okay, cool. I see the character. I see the character. He's very, he's just that close to being a drag queen, okay? So I was like, okay, all right. Like he's real, like gender bending on 10. I'm like, cool, no problem. And when I looked at him, I said, he just really looks like a a thicker version of Brooklyn Heights out of drag. Brooklyn Heights she's a drag queen. She's flawless. She's a RuPaul drag race girl and she's a former Miss Continental. But flawless. She's flawless. But he just looks like a version of her out of drag, but just thicker. I kept looking at him and saying, this little child reminds me of somebody like Brooklyn Heights out of drag. Anyway, moving on. Gutta K. Now this little one here, I think I'm going to like Gutta K. Gutta K is just a mess. Okay? She just look, and I probably don't think, see, I'm going to get in trouble with these pronouns. I don't think Gutta K's pronoun is she or her or is it? I don't know. Listen, when I say it's like a pebble throw of drag, but when they asked what do you go by, like, are you trans, are you, she like, no, I'm not trans, I'm some of everything. So she's like literally like gender fluid, very gender bent, really on 10 or 20. But cute little thing. Cute little thing. She's from Flint, Michigan, by way of Atlanta, Georgia. Um, as I could put piece together, looks like she did some viral videos. And I'm just saying she because that's what she gives me is she. So hopefully, if I'm saying she and that pronoun is unacceptable, please in my comments correct me. I will apologize. I will change it as we go forward. But that's just what she gives me. She's she and she's fierce. I like her. I like the little child. Okay, so she does music and like I said, real there's some drag. She actually does do some drag, but like just her regular look. She said, "Look, I'm everything." They asked her about what she liked. I like it all. I like everything. Get into it. I'm into it. I understand the assignment. Get into it. Just depending on what day it is. I understand it. I got you, bitch. I understand. I understand it. So that's that. I like from the gate. I'm telling y'all. I like Gutta K. Period. I like her child. I think she's fun. So listen. Then we got Andrew Caldwell. I said, where'd she come from? Child, no intro, no trailer. I said, well, okay. I said, now that's either, I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing. Are you that fierce of a headliner that you don't need a trailer? Or is it that ain't nobody have time to fool with you and ain't nobody felt like filming no trailer for you? Which one was it? I don't know. Child, it seemed to me like they gave him very much a, bitch, get on. And that was it. Something lesson. Don't get mad at me. Bitch, what you say? Anyway, moving on. So as we go and the show starts, because we get all the little trailers first, then as the show starts in episode 1, here we got, as soon as they open up, they are at a promo photo shoot, basically at this diner out in the middle of nowhere. I said, look hot. But here they are. You got Milan got on fur. He got a fur jacket on and these little pants, and he looked real cute. Well, everybody really looked cute. They all, they were pretty much charactered out. Everybody's in black. You could see the personalities of them. And I was like, I was here for it. I was like, okay, yeah, let's go. It looked like the boys' version of the En Vogue Free Your Mind video. I was like, come on, y'all. A lot of patent leather. Like I said, fur on Milan and fur on Andrew. Andrew got a whole fur coat on this bitch. I said, girl, exactly where, Cole, did you think you were going? I understood what Milan was doing with the cute black jacket. But Andrew literally, Milan had a fur that was a fashion statement. Andrew had a fur like he was in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, somewhere in Pennsylvania, on his way to church. And just got a real nice fur. And I'm not reading, baby. The fur's hot. The fur, literally and figuratively, it was hot. And it looked hot. And it looked out of place. He looked overdone. He had this fur on. It wasn't a fashion statement. It was a statement about who he is. Extra. Very, very extra. And right away, him and Milan are going at it. I'm like, what in the world has gone on here? And I'm saying, this is a headliner thing. Because the two of them are like the largest two names there. And I'm like, okay. And they are going at it. And next thing I know, Milan is like, you in my inbox trying to suck my... I said, oh, Lord have mercy. I said, no, Miss Andrew, I know you ain't over there trying to blurp Milan's bird, honey. You up... Girl, you up in them DMs cutting up like that, girl. I thought you was delivered, Miss Thing. She done delivered herself right on up there to Milan's Inbox said, "Let me get a little taste of that thing, honey." I said, Lord. Then she goes back. She's telling Milan, your porn tape is tired. I'm like, actually, that story is tired because that's like from so long ago. That is from so long ago when that porn tape leaked out so long ago. That was way before the love and hip hop time and all of that, way before that. So that's like old tea. So that wasn't really hitting on nothing. I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, but you trying to suck me up, Miss Thing. And they're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Andrew's like, I would never sleep with you. You look dirty, bitch. You lying. No, he don't. No, he don't. And you need to stop. She's just saying anything. I'm like, Miss Andrew, you just working on, because she too knows how to get things started and how to piss people off. So that was that. They were going back and forth. I was like, wow. And that was it. They arguing the first day. Everybody's just kind of looking at them like, really, y'all? Like, yeah. I said, okay, so this is what we're doing. Y'all arguing like cats and dogs. Cool. They end up separating them out and everything. Then we move forward to the next day. And right away, they're at this photo shoot. And we're starting to see the atmosphere. And the atmosphere in the room is that Andrew is basically getting on everybody's nerves. But what Andrew was doing, it's about camera time. Okay? So I feel like him and Milan were both guilty of it on that first day about camera time and getting your camera. Again, Milan knows how to play the game. And Andrew Caldwell knows how to play some of the game as well. It's about camera time. It's about getting, and that's what I felt like their little tiff or riff was. We fighting for billing. We're fighting for top billing. It's cool. And we right in the beginning, so let's get it started right away. Bitch, is it going to be me or is it going to be you because there ain't room for both of us? But then I was watching Andrew. She was picking. Oh, that bitch was walking around there picking, calling people names, carrying on. She was picking, like really, really picking. And I was like, wow. Like, just in the little span of time, you could see into it this with this one, into it with that one, I was like, now I know good and well you ain't been here long enough to even have nothing going on with all these different people. But obviously she did. I said, oh, Miss Delivered Girl, you was giving it, honey. So then is the first time I got to see Anthony. I told you I didn't really know how to feel about Anthony. I looked at Anthony and I said, come here, glossy lips, honey. What you doing? Honey, Anthony had eased over there. There ended up being this little thing where there was like an argument going on between, after the Milan thing, there was an argument. There was a girl doing Andrew's makeup. And then he was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with, what's the other little child? The one I told y'all that looks like Brooklyn. Miss William, the baddest. Her and Andrew are going back and forth, back and forth. She's telling Andrew, you're mad because my ass is fat and this, that, on and on and on. They're going back and forth. And then Dylan steps in, and Dylan is being very aggressive toward Andrew and start talking about like he'll throw a drink on Andrew, this, that, thing, and the other. And this was kind of weird because I said, okay, so I'm looking at Dylan and I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Strange, but I'm just kind of keeping my eye on you because what is you giving? You're awful aggressive, and I didn't understand it because he was arguing actually with William, but you just kind of came in and you just got real aggressive. I said maybe it's something that we didn't see. Maybe it's, I don't know. But this is the tea. Come in close, my loves. We found out shortly thereafter. I don't know why William or Dylan were doing all that barking because both of them are Powerpuff Girls. So I don't know why either one of them two bitches was barking like that. But I digress. Let's go on. We'll get into it in a minute. Moving on. So all of that is going on. And I watched Anthony. That's what I said. This is when I first got to see Anthony. For whatever reason, Anthony kind of eased over there. And Anthony was telling Andrew, girl, whoop her, Annie. Whoop her, girl. Go ahead and whoop her, bitch. And I said, oh, Miss Anthony, you're a bit of a shit starter, are you, bitch? I said, I see you, girl. Got my good eye on you, bitch. You an instigator. She's the girl to get the party started. Come on, Miss Anthony. I said, okay, I see you, bitch. And that was that. So that was that. And then she eased on off. Next thing I know, Milan and Relly have just decided Andrew needs to have his ass whooped. And that's just all there's to it. The next thing I know, they decided they wanted to get him. So then there was like this whole thing. He went out the door. And they like scattered out of the door to go get her. And I don't know what it was, but baby, when I tell you Miss Andrew Caldwell did one old nasty Houdini disappearing act, baby, they never did find that bitch. He did one old disappearing act. I said, well, where'd he go? I said, she Houdini'd the kids, honey. Just disappeared, started all that mess, and then just disappeared. It was the strangest thing. I was like, wow. Just vanished in the thin air. So that was that, period. Next thing we end up seeing Natalie, Nunn at the house. We see Matthew and we see Monique. They are talent producers. So we see them. They are very tame. You see Natalie is pretty much, you can tell she's in charge. The two are just that. They're talent producers. So they have the level heads, honey. They're going to do all the ass kissing necessary to keep everything like this as much as possible. So I said, okay, cool. So we've seen them. Then they have the kids on the bus. They're taking them on the bus, and then they're going to drive them over to the house. So they're going to go to the house for the first time. And the house is nice. The house is nice. When they finally did show the house, so this house is cute. A lot of glass, a lot of, because they kept saying there's expensive items in here, and I was like, okay, let's see, child. No, there's some nice stuff. There's some nice items in the house. I'm like, I don't know if this is the best place for this group, but okay. So dig this. They put them on the bus. Carry On, Moolah, and Curtis are on the back of the bus. So right away I said, okay, so all of the straights and the questionables have gotten in the back of the bus. Everybody else is kind of gay, somewhat, except for Dylan. Dylan ain't really said much, but I kind of like threw him in with the mixed bag of nuts, honey. I said, okay. So that's the whole thing. We start right in naturally with the sexuality thing. Carry On won't give up his sexuality. They're like, have you ever slept with a man? Are you attracted to a man? This, that, and the other. Carry On's like, I ain't ruling nobody out. I ain't never slept with a man. I don't never remember sleeping with no man. He basically wasn't giving up what his sexuality was. He wasn't telling you yes. He wasn't telling you no. He just wasn't getting into it. I'm looking at Moolah. Moolah is looking a little at Carry On. And then he comes right out with this, I'm just telling y'all now, I'm straight. And if you come on me with some of that, you can get your head knocked off. I was like, see, that's what I said. I thought you was kind of small. And you got that little small man's thing going on. I'm going to tell you now, Moolah, sit down. Sit down. Just have a seat. Just have a seat. You really are high strung up on what, really? And I think it was kind of like he was trying to push a message. Like, listen, I ain't with it. It's really not necessary. I'm straight is really enough, actually. I'm straight is enough. And then you got Curtis. It wasn't even a conversation for Curtis. It was just like, ain't nobody testing, ain't nobody trying, nothing. It just, we knew where he stood. See, Moolah, look at Curtis. That's pretty much how it's done. What is all that bravado? What's all that extra stuff for? I was like, all right. So shortly thereafter, they're just talking. And then they asked Milan, well, if you were going to mess around with anybody in the house, who would it be? And Milan he was dancing around it at first. And then he said, well, I have to say, being honest, Because what if the person is straight? And they're like, well, I mean, no offense. And they turned around, and it was really B, really, with his navy behind, was really leading the charge. He said, listen, no offense, you all in the back and all of that. We're just asking the question. Don't take no offense. They said, cool. And then Milan finishes and says, it would be Moolah. If it was going to be anybody that I would mess with, I would mess with Moolah. But he's not with it, so it ain't, ain't no real big thing. Please don't take no offense to it. It is what it is. I ain't going to bother you. I don't do that. It just is cool. And he said, he's really, he's the picture of masculinity, I guess, for him. And that was it. That's what he liked or whatever. So that was that. And they laughed and it was no problem. We get a little confessional. Moolah, now you feeling some kind of way. Well, I felt some kind of way because he just kind of just put it on out there. Are you grown or are you not grown? I was like, okay, Moolah, I don't know what you got going on, but you about to rub me the wrong way. You're doing a bit too much, and you about to rub me the wrong way. So I was like, yeah, this might not even be the industry for you at this point. You got some growing up to do. Moving on. So, because nobody, literally, when I say nobody was really disrespectful, nobody was disrespectful at all. It just kind of was what it was. Everybody stated where they stood. Chill. Just chill. Anyway, moving on. So then, here we go with the messy, sissy bullcrap. Dylan and William, those are the two white boys, get to going back and forth. They're saying, well, wait a minute. Malone said, so you're William the baddest and you're Dylan the baddest. Well, y'all got the same kind of handle. So who really is the baddest? Now, it wasn't no real thing. It was just like, oh, okay, cool. It was funny, cute. Next thing I know, it went into this whole thing. Like, it became a whole, like a little argument. And it only became a real argument because Dylan was being very aggressive. Dylan started being very aggressive. And I think he was really trying to show off for the other people on the bus. He was trying to show off a little bit. And right away I said, William ain't really about that life. Because even when there was the little back and forth between William and Andrew Caldwell, William kind of said her little stuff and then let it go and moved on. But when Dylan got involved, Dylan was like real with the rah-rah, and I'll throw a drink on you, and this, that thing, and the other, and all that there. So really, I said, really? Relly done rubbed me wrong now, because now I'm looking at Relly. Relly is doing the absolute most. The absolute most. I was like, bitch, you doing too much. And it was like on being on the playground. And I was like, are we serious right now on this playground with these grown people? But anyway, Relly is instigating. Dylan is buying in. So they pull up to the house. I said, thank God. Thank God they've pulled up to the house and we done. It's done. Let's get out the thing and move on to the next thing. That damn Dylan jumps up. And as they're getting ready to get off the bus, he goes, because he's like, yeah, people said that you wanted to fight me and this, that, the other. I'm like, I ain't heard. I don't believe you. I don't believe anybody said that. I believe you're showing off. You're buying into, they keep talking, we're the bad boys. We're the first bad boys and this, that thing and the other. And you're buying into what the brand is supposed to be. You're buying into trying to impress the people around you. And I'm seeing straight through you at this point. And I'm wondering, why are you so aggressive? And I'm like, yeah, you about to get on my good nerve. This punk jumps up and takes this bag and literally sneaks basically and throws the bag, just bams the bag into, why I keep wanting to call that child George. His name ain't George, child. I don't know why I want to call her George. Girl, no shade, bitch. But I just keep wanting to call her George. But he throws the bag into William's face and then just start fighting her. And it was like a real, I said, girls, they windmilling? I said, oh, Jesus. So they break them up. They pull them off the bus. Dylan's like all about it. Yeah, I whooped your ass. Like, no, y'all were windmilling. You snuck it through that bag at her, which was totally unnecessary. And at this point, they were like playing into it, like yeah, like it was entertaining to all of them. They get off of the bus, and now they're off the bus, and then Dylan is really like trying to go forth with this, and William's like, I ain't even trying to feel all that. Like, I mean, really, I mean, that was real stupid. So now he's like trying to square up with William, and William, you could tell he didn't want to do that. He's like, child, bitch, I wear makeup. I'm pretty. I don't be getting into all this. But they're pushing it. Relly, at this point, pisses me all the way off and says, listen, this is what's going to happen. Either y'all going to fight. No, he told Dylan, either you going to swing on her or I'm going to swing on you. I said, what? What are you talking about? I said, really? You the where the money reside? You a bully bitch? Really? You don't swing on him, I'm going to swing on you. I said, let me tell you a little something about me. In my life, in my real world, I'd have played that game right with Relly. But as soon as Relly was looking for me to swing on William, I'd have bust Relly right in his mouth. Because that's what he deserved at that point. To be bust right in the mouth. And then we won't say this too. Relly was drunk. By this time, Relly was drunk, okay? I said, this is crazy. So this goes on for a few minutes, and Milan and a couple others was like, did he say he... Yeah, I think I heard him right. So the two of them get to fighting. Child, William and Dylan get to fighting. I told you them two were Powerpuff Girls, didn't I? That was so ridiculous, child. They was windmilling and nobody was getting hit, really. It was just a whole mess. A whole mess. And then they kind of got close enough, and Dylan had done popped William a couple of times and scuffed her up a little bit. Gave, they both are white boys, so there was like a little mark, he had a little mark on me. He was like, she was frazzled. Miss Williams was frazzled, like, oh my God, like, I really didn't come here to fight. Like, I mean, I came here to talk some shit. I ain't coming here to fight. Like, this is crazy. We just getting here. And you can tell she was shook. She was shook. And then Dylan's like, about it. And then they're like, okay, all right. And like, everybody's laughing. It's like, it's a kiki. And then the next thing I know, Relly ends up, for some reason, attacking Dylan. Because he told him, you got to jump on him. You need to jump on him or whatever. He ends up attacking Dylan and just fucks Dylan up, child. Just bust her all up and knocked her all in the bushes like that Homer Simpson commercial. She went in the bushes. I said, oh, girl, he got you, bitch. Dylan come out the bushes. Dylan got a scar up on it. He just scratched them all in his face. And I said, and then we saw the real Dylan. Baby, when I tell you Dylan was petrified. That thing was petrified. She was like, well, I thought me and Relly were cool. I didn't see this coming. I said, Relly is now officially a messy bitch. And she messy. And she here for the foolishness. And then I'm listening to Relly. And Relly's mouth is going like this with her drunk ass. And she's steady going. And it's this whole thing of, we are the bad boys, this, that, and the other. And you basically are trying to impress who? You're trying to impress who at this point? Because you're like it's the bad boys. You don't watch too many episodes of the Bad Girls. And you done came with this, okay, I'm going here and I'm acting fool and this, that, and the other. And you were showing off. He goes from that. And then the next thing you know, he turns around and he decides to beat up William. And William now she was already thrown off and shook. Now you jump on her and this bitch is just done. She's just like, ah, child. And listen, after he beat Dylan into the bushes, Dylan done jumped over a fence and standing over on the side of the house was like, I ain't coming out. Let them know I'm going home. I ain't doing this. I said, no, not you. You the bitch that was going to throw the drink on Andrew Caldwell. But now you done got beat into the damn bushes like Homer Simpson, and you done jumped the fence, and now you want to go home? Bad bitch. Come on back across the fence. You want bully William, but your good girlfriend that got you to do it, that turned around and popped you. See, again, this is that playground shit. This is how it goes. The bully. The bully bullies everybody. Don't love nobody. Bully everybody. And that's who Relly is at this point. You the bully. Turns around, doing all this. I'm looking at Relly real crazy. Like, I really thought you were a cutie. And you really got on my bad side here, Relly. This just ain't no good look. You know, this ain't no good look. And I was like, look at you on the floor. They done got you pinning you down to the floor. And you still cute. You're long and tall and goofy all on the floor, but you just acted a bitch, and I just can't stand it. I said, this is just stupid. Now get on up off of that floor and quit acting a damn fool. So then he done beat up William. William's like, what the hell is going on? He said, I like Rel. I never seen that coming. Girl, she a mess. And she drunk. And we see how she do. So y'all just got to watch her. That's all. So that was that. So Relly done beat up both of them. They end up fighting each other. Dylan's ready to go home. Natalie ain't even came out the house yet. When Natalie did come out, Relly is on one. He thinks, and you can hear him as he's talking, he actually thought that he was going to impress Natalie with that bull crap. But Natalie didn't like it at all. She didn't think it was cute whatsoever. She sent him to sit on the bus. They were like, he need to go home. They was like, no. She said, sit him on the bus. Sit him on the bus. We'll take everybody else to the house. And that was that. Take everybody else to the house. She put them back. They went back out. She pulled everybody out. They come outside. She's talking to them. She's like, I don't find none of what's going on cute. Like, literally, y'all ain't even got in the house. She ain't been here 10 seconds. Y'all fighting. There's nice shit in the house. I ain't here for this. I'm not here for this. This is not my show. This show is about y'all. This is not cute. It's not cute at all. And then she's yelling at Relly. And, you know, Milan and Anthony were who Relly was actually listening to. Anthony is like the yes man. Anthony was like feeding Relly the liquor and stuff. I said, Anthony, I see you doing your promoting job again. But they talked to him and they was like, okay, you got to calm down, because they couldn't get him to calm down after he went. And he's over there talking like he's trying to normalize his behavior. No, sus, it's you out of order, bitch. So they're telling him no. He's like, well, wait a minute. How is Natalie mad? Like, you did a show, and that's what you got known for, and I'm just acting like you were acting. Yeah, but see, this is one of them times, really. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. You made a mistake. You made a misstep. I thought that shit was cute. That shit ain't cute. Now pull it together, bitch. And that's what it was given. I was like, okay, cool. I said, come on, really, come on, just chill. So they get him all calmed down. He break out again. Security, they had to lay him down, child. It was a mess. Finally gets him together. She tells everybody, okay, listen, so this is the thing. Y'all calm down now. We're going to put you into the house. There's one master suite. And I don't know how y'all going to figure it all out, because some of the rooms actually have 2 beds. Some of them are singles, you know, but y'all, it's on y'all to figure it out. Somebody hollered out, we could just gamble for it. That's just probably one of the straight boys. That I'd have been over there with that, like, damn, the room, you got some money, let's play some talk, child. But anyway, so Milan went to play in top billing. Oh, and all this time, where's Andrew? There's no Andrew. Nobody knows where the hell Andrew is. And so they go ahead with that. And she's like, listen, I ain't in it. Y'all figure it out. Milan is still pushing like, that room is mine. The major room, that's mine. And I was like, what you doing, Cheryl? Anyway, they send them in the house. They run on in the house. And everybody's running. They trying to find rooms, this, that, and the other. So there was a little part where Moolah had found a room, and they were just in the room, like laughing and talking. Gutter was in there, and Anthony was in there, and Moolah had already rubbed them wrong. He was saying like, "Okay, well, y'all can get on out of here." Like he was like telling, like shooing them away, like just go on away. I ain't even interested in really interacting with y'all for real, for real. Just go on about your business. You know what I mean? I was like, wow. So Anthony was like, I ain't even feeling your tune. You know what I mean? Gutta was kind of like, child, paying it dust, right? She's like, I'm out of here. I got things to do anyway. I'm gone. I ain't got time. You know, I'm going where I'm celebrated, not where I'm being tolerated. And that's that. So I was just like, he's going to be an issue. He's going to be the one that's having the issues with the girls. It's going to be a problem because you trying to push this tough role. Let me tell you something, Moolah. The girls ain't going for it. Now they'll let you have your space and all that, but you push against them too hard, they're gonna whoop your little ass. Just so you know, they're gonna whoop your little ass. Now you going off of I did time and all that. I'd hate for you to have done time and they whoop your little ass. Now I'm just telling you, that girl, child, a mess. So he ain't coming across cool at all. You too uptight and you got too much going on. Now I'll tell you what was funny. Old Miss Gutta then found her little room, okay? Carry On comes in the room. Carry On tell him, why don't you go ahead with the rest of your tribe and just go on up chill. And like the boys is down this part of the house. Just go on over there with the girls and y'all chill. And she was like, boy, what is you talking about? She's like, I need this. I like this by myself. And yeah, I got room to stretch out and be cool. And I like the way the bed is and this, that, and he steady telling her. And I said, well, wait a minute. So Carry On standing there and she gets up off the bed and she's like walking up on him. He's like, okay, now you doing too much. First, I was like, now, Miss Gutta, I don't like people to spook the trade. Like, leave the trade alone. Don't do too much. Don't do too much. But then I had to really zoom in. I said, wait a minute. I said, Miss Gutta, bitch, she done clocked Carry On's tea. I said, oh, Miss Gutta! Miss Gutta K! She done clocked Carry On's tea, baby, and got him wrapped up like this. Baby, that little thing that moved, she's cute. She is cute. She done pulled up on Carry On, honey. That thing was all smiles and nose was all open. So okay, okay. She said, come on, Mr. Kirk Franklin's son. Come on and do some singing. Just sing to me. You know you be singing and stuff. Honey, that Carry On's nose was open like this glass. You hear me? I said, work, Miss Goddamn Gutta, bitch. Because at first I thought she was like pushing up on him and doing too much. No, she wasn't doing too much. She had done clocked Carry On's tea, honey, and he was all grins. And she done eased up on him, honey. That thing's heart was going like this, honey. And he's like, okay, I mean, I'll do some singing, but just singing. We ain't doing no sexing now. Just to sing. I said, child, you going to be doing whatever it is that Miss Gotta tell you that y'all doing. Carry On. And then that's when I saw the real Carry On. I said, oh, so you are kind of cute, Carry On. I said, okay, Miss Gutta brought it on up out of you. I said, now, Miss Gutta, bitch. I got very tickled. And then that bitch knows what she did. She, just like Milan, that bitch understands. She understands the assignment. She knew what she was doing. She opened his nose wide open and then told him, go ahead, you can have the room. I said, bitch, you are slick as cat shit, bitch. And I am here for it. That Miss Gutta K, honey, she know what she doing. I said, girl, I like her, honey. I like Miss Gutta K, honey. She got some shit with her. And that bitch twirled on out the room. I said, that bitch was going out of there like hashtag winning. Absolutely, bitch. Go find you a room, honey, because you going to have 2 rooms before it's all over with. I see you, bitch. Anyway, so dig this. Then Milan, I told you, knows how to play this game, knows how to do it. And I'm going to say this. Any of you who thinks that Milan is your friend, is a damn fool. Milan is here for Milan. And Milan showed that right away. He knows what to do, he knows how to do it, and it's all very thought out. I'm here for it, bitch. I see you. Oh, I see you, honey. Just every move that was made. I just like kind of went back. This is close to the end of the show. I went back. I'm looking at everything that kind of went on. I'm looking at the clothing you're wearing, how you wearing it. I said, these little moves you made. And he made these little moves right there at the end of the show. I said, oh, you are something else, honey. You ain't lost it. You on it. Child, listen. Being cool with Relly and trying to get that little situation. He showed problem solving right there real quick. You smoothed over the straight and the gay, and I can mesh with both without disrespecting either. You did that. You sitting there with this real cute little sweatsuit on, no drawers. I get everything very calculated. I said, and I'm here for every piece of it. Every piece of what you're doing. I see you. I see you. He goes into the room now. And then he and Anthony got to the room first. Okay. So him and Anthony going back and forth. And Anthony's like, it's my room. And Milan's like, I said it was my room. And I'm like, okay. Now keep in mind, him and Anthony been cool all the way up to this point. Then Anthony, you've been playing the game and you've been manipulating situations for the first 2 days. And remember, you tried to set Andrew up to get busted up. When Anthony was whispering that whooper, honey, you know Andrew Caldwell ain't no fighter, child. You was playing the game, playing all ends against the middle. But what you weren't expecting, you thought you and Milan were cool. And Milan started fighting Anthony. Just out of nowhere. I said, Milan, knock it off, bitch. What are you doing? Start really fighting him. Really wrestling back and forth and fighting him. And when the security went to break him, you kicked him instead. You were really fighting him. And for what, Milan? What are you fighting her for? You're being a bitch right now. But again, that had to do with camera time and the brand of Bad Boys. Calling her all the kind of names. And I said, wow, and y'all been cool this whole time. But see, that was a good lesson to you, Anthony. This is the Bad Boys Club. And that Milan, that bitch knows what he's doing. And he knows how he's doing it. And any of you all who fall into that trap and think that he gives a shit about you, you're crazy. You were thrown off your square. You thought y'all was cool. So they had that little thing go on. Then they end up, that's that. Anthony goes off. Milan gets the room and he's like, sure. I said, oh, you little, So then they bring him on downstairs. Now I'm really talking long on here, ain't I? But listen, it was going down, child. Listen, I'm almost done. Anyway, they go downstairs. They got this video of Andrew. Andrew's raggedy ass then left, child. He's leaving. And you see the producers trying to talk to him. And then there was some conversation about how he tried to cash the check, but now you ready to leave. Just a whole mess. I said, okay, let's zoom on through all that. They's like, yeah, he need his ass whooped for that. That just ain't cool. And Natalie Nunn's pretty much like, you know what, to hell with him. I mean, we're not going to run behind him. We just ain't doing all that. It just is what it is. To hell with him. That ain't what the fans want to see. That punk bull crap he's doing. Because he really was scared. He started all that mess. He was scared and he leaving. And I'm like, yeah, right. So let's move on to the next thing. Baby, when I told you, Milan, I told you. He turned around. He got one more piece of business. He turns around. And he says, now keep in mind, there was a little point where I told you Anthony and Milan went out to the bus and they were talking to Relly and they were like, you know, you were coming across like a bully. And Relly's like, oh, wow, is that how it looked? And they're like, yeah. So they got him calmed down and stuff and all of that. And he kind of apologized. First, he did kind of apologize. Like, okay, it's cool. We're cool. Let's just leave it alone. He was still real smug to the two of them. And that was the other thing. Dylan and William end up, like I said, Powerpuff Girls. They ended up taking a room together, honey, because they both felt safe with each other. Like, girl, we ain't gonna fight each other. I ain't gonna fight you, bitch. You ain't gonna fight me. Okay, bitch, let's just hide out in here. I said, look at y'all, the Powerpuff Girls. So that was just a mess. And really tried to give him like a little apology, but it was very smug and nasty. I said, ooh, really? So at this point, I wasn't as ticked with Relly. I was like, okay, you kind of looking cute and tall and lanky and silly to me again. So it's okay. You don't, we got to watch you when you drink, bitch. But that's it. So Natalie goes through all that. Milan takes the floor. Now he wants one more piece of screen time, okay? Because he's the star. Pitches get into it. He turns around and he says, I think like, when people, they need to really stand in their stuff. That's all there's to it. People need to stand in their stuff. And he says, something I really wanted to say. He turns around to Relly and he says, I really didn't like what you did with William and Dylan. Called him some type of punk bitch or something and took his drink and threw it in Relly's face. And again, it threw Relly off his square because Relly thought him and Milan were cool. Milan ain't cool with nobody. Milan's cool with the paycheck and screen time. That's what Milan's cool with. I said, Milan, you is one messy bitch, honey. I said, ooh, wee, honey. Threw that little drink in his face, baby, and the two of them got to scuffling. I said, I said, yeah, we're going to be watching because y'all are messy boots, honey. And I, went right on to this season. I said, a mess. So that's where we cut out at. Listen, Bad Boys, season 1, episode 1, down to the Los Angeles. Baby, I'll catch you all on the next episode. Y'all take it easy. I'm out of here. Bye, y'all.